much for joining us on this chilly Wednesday. Fingers crossed we will be warming up soon enough, and we have a lot planned today as March Madness heats up. Boaz is looking for the perfect place to watch some college hoops. We're going to show you which one of these 35 screens and booths he picks just ahead. Plus, how you can help sweet pups like Cole get the vet care they need and get inked at the same time. Yes, you heard that right. How to get tatted for a good cause, or should I say good pause. And next, today's Table Talk, it's all about going back to our roots. We're talking about that rite of passage, a trip to the mall. Is the pastime coming back? That and so much more coming up this hour. First, Pittsburgh, let's get you caught up on your hometown headlines in under 90 seconds and your bird's eye view.
Some type of rocket or something burning.
A 7-ton meteorite was caught on cameras in multiple states, including here in Pennsylvania yesterday morning. It sailed 45,000 miles an hour.
Today, Pennsylvania State Police say goodbye to one of their own killed in the line of duty. This man, Corporal Tim O'Connor Jr., will be laid to rest. Nearly 2 weeks ago, a rat was spotted under the beer taps at the Urban Tap, which is located on East Carson Street.
Well, the Allegheny County Health Department re-inspected the bar, giving them a passing grade.
It's our responsibility to gain back that trust.
So the restaurant is hosting a thank you party all day next Tuesday, and the money raised will go to the Southside Community Action Network.
Today, a new grocery store is opening in Pittsburgh Shadyside.
So the Fresh Market opens for business this morning. The specialty grocery store takes over the former Whole Foods on Center Avenue.
So cool to see that new place opening up over in Shadyside, and a little retail therapy is today's Table Talk for my boomer friends, Gen Xers, and fellow millennials. We know them all well. We grew up with anchor stores at malls, the smell of new jeans in our favorite shops, and department stores that felt special. In recent years, all of that has changed, but it could be coming back. See if you remember this.
If you stare at these things long enough, you're supposed to see some kind of hidden three-dimensional picture.
Oh, yeah, look, it's a sailboat. You saw it too, damn it!
Yeah, hanging out at the mall. We love it. The Washington Post just reported that Gen Z is part of a new wave of mall rats. I'm here for it. In fact, for me, it never went away. But think about it. This is the first fully digital generation. So mix in the fact that they grew up with social media and instant gratification culture. Holding a bag at the mall and a bubble tea is, as the Washington Post writes, novel and exciting. But it also scratches that itch of having it now and being able to share. And here's the thing. We actually reported on this very topic last year, but we have some stats now thanks to the Post. So let's dig into what they found. The Washington Post reported that Gen Z's global annual retail spending could exceed $12 trillion by the end of the decade. They sourced that information from Nielsen IQ. And according to Circana, the Post reported 18 to 24-year-olds bought 62% of their products in stores last year. And a good sign that people are getting back to the stores in person. Some big name brands are opening more in-person locations. One of those brands that's expanding, according to the article, is Addicted. It started online and opened its first physical stores a couple of years ago. The Washington Post reports that they plan to open 14 more stores in addition to the 11 they already have, one of which is in PA at the King of Prussia Mall. We're bringing in the best shopper I know to continue this conversation, Erica Bouquet. She is here to talk shop. And I know that you love to shop. I think you do a lot of online shopping.
Too much online shopping.
You grew up in the era of going to the mall.
Oh, absolutely.
Right? So what do you think about this whole idea that Gen Z is going to bring back in-person shopping?
I love it. And I like what you said. It was such an experience at that age too, right? It was something special. It was an event on the weekends.
And so the Washington Post article, the way that they kind of framed this whole thing is, you know, they showed these images of some of these Gen Z shoppers who are holding up a shirt and posting a picture on Instagram. So it might not be exactly what it used to be. It's more about getting that product in person, that instant gratification. I want it now.
Yep.
But if it keeps stores alive, if it keeps the mall open.
And if it brings some stores back.
I
mean, there
know.
were so many that were so great and our malls were so packed. And now, you know, they're a shell of what they once were. What was your favorite when you would go shopping?
Well, the first thing that I immediately thought of was Wet Seal.
Oh my gosh, yes.
And then I thought about Deb. I remember getting this like really snazzy outfit, at least I thought it was, from Deb for 7th grade. It was like my first day of school outfit. Looking back, horrendous choice, but it's fine.
But it was great for the time.
It was great for the time.
I loved Rave Girl.
Yes.
Do you remember Rave Girl? Limited 2.
Right.
Big
Love.
Limited 2 girl. And then do you remember like Gadzooks?
I do.
Those were the big ones in my house.
I think the transition away and into online, while it's very convenient for a lot of people, I think that we've all realized what it's done. And how many things do you get sent to your house and you're like, this doesn't fit, I don't like it, it doesn't look like the image I saw online. If you would have just went to the store,
you would have known that right away. And it is such a pain, and they've made it so much easier over time, but it is such a pain to return things.
Yeah.
And then you end up missing that deadline to send things back, and it's like,
now
what
you're
am I
stuck
gonna
with
do
something
now?
you don't want. I know. To the consignment shop we go.
Oh, yeah.
All right, speaking of saving some money, we love this new series that you're doing in the morning.
Frugal Friday.
Frugal Fridays. You are nailing it. I love everything that you're doing.
I'm working really, really hard on that. I want them to, I want them to be kind of different, right?
Yeah.
I want them to catch your attention, and I want them to be easy, kind of digestible pieces of information that you can really take with you whenever you are shopping.
Well, let me tell you how I know this is working. My husband was like, wait, what did she just say about that thing?
And for a man even to say that.
For a man to want to know how to...
huge. That is huge.
This is really cool. But he was very interested in the numbers. And we're actually going to start first with Costco.
Yes.
And this is kind of the thing he was interested in is figuring out when you're getting the best deal.
Yeah.
So tell us what you found in this one.
So there are like little tidbits to know for each of these different stores. So I thought the biggest takeaway for Costco, the best deals, that's when the price ends with either 97, 88 or 00. So 97 cents, 88 cents, or just flat that dollar amount. Now, if you see a little star on the price tag, you see it there in the upper corner?
Yeah.
That means you need to get it while you can because it's likely going to be going out of stock. And then once it is gone, they're not going to reorder.
They're not restocking it.
That is specific for Costco. Now, there are some different rules, of course, then for Sam's Club, right?
Yeah, let's talk
I tried
Sam's
to
Club.
cover kind of all of the big box store discount stores when doing these. So with Sam's Club, you're going to look for kind of the letters in the lower left-hand corner. You'll see like a barcode in the corner, and then there will be a letter at the end of like a series of numbers. And really, the C or the S, those are the two you really want to look for. That means it's either canceled or it's seasonal. So it'll go out of stock, and then usually they'll try to push that merchandise.
Yeah.
So you get it at a better price. And TJ Maxx, and I promised a lady that I would post my Frugal Friday whenever we did TJ Maxx. I haven't yet, but here's what to look for. This is how you know you get the good stuff. It's when the tag on TJ Maxx, it's going to circle here right at the end there. If it has a 2 at the end, that's the good stuff. That's whenever it's like the overstock from a big department store.
Yeah.
And that's how you know you have something really authentic and you're getting a good deal.
One of my favorite finds that didn't fit me, I was so disappointed. They had a Pistola jean jumper. I mean, they're usually so expensive, and I saw it there, and it was discounted, and it was like the last one there, and I was like, oh my gosh.
And then you
I
search
knew
all
someone.
of the racks to find it. Yeah, but I'll look for it for you too. By the way, you know I'm always going
I
to
know
TJ
you
Maxx,
are.
Marshalls, Home
I know
Goods.
you are.
And those rules are the same with TJ Maxx for Marshalls and Home Goods.
So you have another one coming up this Friday.
Of course.
And what do you got going on?
Okay, so let me ask you, are you a dollar store shopper?
I do. I love the Dollar Tree. I think you can find some really good finds.
So you're more of a Dollar Tree girl than Dollar General?
Yes.
Okay, well, neither one now you know. You're not going to go in there and just pay $1.
You do know that, yes.
Have you ever wondered which one is actually cheaper?
Yes.
Which one do you think?
Dollar
Well, we are
General.
going to find out.
You're not going to tell me now.
On
Okay.
Frugal Friday. No, I'm not going to tell you, but we basically looked at the same items at both stores, compared the prices, and we're going to find out which one comes out at a lower price.
There is a woman that I follow, I think on TikTok.
Me? No, I'm kidding.
I do follow you. There's a woman on TikTok I follow who did this whole series on making dinners from the dollar store.
Really?
And it was fascinating. And it really was just saying, if you are really tight on money, this is a way to do it. I love what you're doing.
And I'm doing at least one more this month. So if you have an idea, if there's something out there, please let me know. I'm always looking for something interesting and different to do.
All right, sounds good. Thanks for joining us
My
today.
pleasure. My pleasure.
There are only 36 days until the NFL draft comes to Pittsburgh. And each Wednesday, we are showing you what's new and what to expect this spring as we count down to the draft. Today, we are talking about updates downtown. New black and yellow paint is now up. We want to show you the train trestle. You can see it there in the Strip District. During a tour yesterday, Mayor Corey O'Connor talked about new paint and art going up across downtown ahead of the draft. Expect to see bright colors and even retail pop-ups very soon. Meanwhile, at Market Square, more trees are going in. Crews are replacing trees that are in pretty bad shape over there with new native trees like eastern redbuds that will, with some luck, fingers crossed, bloom during the draft. And while those trees are going in, construction continues at Arts Landing. Mayor Corey O'Connor said it will be finished in time for the draft, but also said it's going to be pretty close. So this is what Arts Landing will look like once it's completed. A ton of open space, a play area for kids, and a new stage set against the backdrop of the North Shore. It's going to be beautiful once it's finished. And if you want to get into the nitty-gritty details of Pittsburgh's draft legacy, check out Drafted tonight in the 5 o'clock news. Our sports team picked the 52 best Western PA football players to get drafted to the NFL, and they're revealing their next pick tonight. Before we head to break, we are revealing the answer to our Junior Achievement Question of the Week. Yesterday, we asked, true or false, in 2026, there are more female Fortune 500 CEOs than CEOs named James or John. 100% of you said true, and the answer is true. Women run 11% of companies on the 2025 Fortune 500 list. Still to come on Talk Pittsburgh, a viral hoax reality show is getting a brand new court date. And once again, only one person has no idea what's going on. Learn more in today's Popcorn Plans. That's coming up. And it's Women's History Month, and we are sharing the story of two local women who found themselves in a club nobody pledges for. We're learning about their journey through a breast cancer diagnosis. See if their advice can help you or someone you love. But up next, did you hear the news? We are painting the town black and yellow. Yep, Wiz is coming to Pittsburgh this year to help baptize our city's newest concert venue. We're getting the latest on what went into determining the very first lineup. Don't go anywhere. More Talk Pittsburgh is coming your way. Music is ingrained in the fabric of the Hill District's history, and a new venue is turning up the volume on that legacy. Citizens Live at the Wiley is opening later this year, and they're doing it with a stacked opening season. Here to talk about it from Live Nation, we have Morgan Nicholson and Jordan Montgomery. So good to have you both here.
You too, Heather. It's so good to see you.
The city is excited. We cannot wait. And it's really cool to finally have some live music like this at this stage back in the Hill District.
Yeah.
So talk about bringing that back, bringing that feel back.
Yeah, I mean, we really wanted to just pay tribute to the history of the Hill District and showcase just the diversity and the acts that we're able to bring to Pittsburgh and just the taste of what Pittsburgh fans, really want. The Hill District was once known as the crossroads of the world, and we're really bringing all types of acts, through the community.
Seeing some of the beautiful renderings of what we're going to get when this place opens this fall. I mean, there's really this tribute that's being paid to the history, to the legacy of what the Hill District stood for so long, what it still stands for.
Absolutely. As you guys are seeing right now, as you enter the building, you cascade up the main stairwell, Teenie Harris photo wall. So
look at this.
We've collaborated with the Carnegie Museum of Art to have that on display. This is modeled after the Crawford Grill had this piano as the center of the Crawford Grill and would have performances every night. You're now seeing the photo booth for fans can come and get a custom photo.
Little souvenir.
A little souvenir. More Teenie Harris in the hallway upstairs with your bathrooms, and then leading out to, we have a rooftop.
I know.
Look at that view.
I'm so
It's beautiful.
excited about this.
Yeah.
I mean, really, in putting this all together, it was really important to make sure that there were spaces for people to do private events and functions.
For sure.
And as we were discussing, not quite as intimate as maybe you might get at Stage AE, but not quite as large as PPG. It's really that nice middle ground that the city needs.
Exactly, and scalable. And you'll see some seated shows in our lineup that we'll talk about in just a minute. And then you'll have the general admission floor space, and then the upper balcony areas.
That's fantastic. And I said to you, and parking's like close by. We don't have to. Okay.
Yeah, I think
as a Pittsburgher,
same as you would do for PPG
Right.
Arena, right?
Yeah.
But then it's less people that are going to be in Citizens Live at the Wiley. So
let's talk about the stacked lineup. Okay, because as excited as we all were that this was happening, then the lineup came out just a couple days later, and it was like, stop. All right, so opening night, everybody's coming. Wiz Khalifa is going to be there.
Mr. Black and Yellow himself. Yes.
Tell us about this.
Yeah, so we have Wiz coming out to the pavilion at Star Lake in June.
Right.
But we wanted him to have his headlining show and to, obviously first Friday night available.
Yeah.
Wiz is on the docket,
Perfect.
right?
Yeah.
So we welcomed him in. Styx as well, so that Saturday night after those
Amazing.
Pittsburgh ties, right?
Yeah.
Bring your terrible towels. Let's play some Renegade and hear it live.
Right.
Fantastic.
So yeah, I mean, we have that. We have plenty of comedy happening in the space. I know
Which
we
is
just
great.
talked about that.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen some shows, some comedians, and again, I was telling you, PPG is great for that,
Yep.
but you kind of lose that intimacy a little bit. So something like this is going to be fantastic.
Exactly, and the comedians can really, connect with the fan, really see them up close.
Right.
So Chelsea Handler is one of the main comedians that we just
She's
had
hilarious.
to have. We haven't had her in the
Absolutely.
market in quite some time.
Yeah.
But then we also have first-time headliners like a Matt Matthews from
Exactly.
TikTok. So he has not headlined the market before in Pittsburgh, so it was really important for us to bring headliners like that, like Glorilla and Freya Sky that just actually sold out the building this morning at 8 a.m.
Yeah.
Say Glorilla.
Glorilla.
Yeah.
We did. We said it.
Who's also a massive Steelers fan, so another
I
Pittsburgh
know.
tie there.
I remember
Yeah.
when she was here and the outfit. I
Yeah.
remember. Boys to Men also coming.
Yes, we
course.
can't wait for that
We
one.
can't wait. I know. Perfect room.
And it feels like you guys are trying to hit on every single genre, like really celebrating music and entertainment in that way.
Yeah, and
Absolutely.
welcoming Pittsburgh in no matter what you listen to. Everybody likes to laugh, so we have the comedy, but we also have, alternative rock with Two Door Cinema Club is doing their 15th anniversary of revisionist history. So, we really wanted to make sure that we had everything. We have EDM, we have,
Country, with metal,
Yep.
and a lot more to come as well. Yeah.
EDM, that space looks perfect for a big party.
Oh yeah.
I could
for
see
sure.
I could see that
Yeah.
happening.
We should check out the Living Tombstone. They're on our lineup. That's definitely a spectacle for sure.
It's fantastic. And so and you guys are hearing wonderful feedback already, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, a lot of positive activity all over socials. Just you see the space and the renderings, and then you say I get to go and enjoy a concert in that space.
Yeah.
And then when the lineup comes out and there's something for you to offer,
It's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And even what you touched on before about the other amenities like the rooftop that's available for everyone. So if you want a
Right.
space to just hang out in between sets, you can go there. We have our VIP lounge, which is called the Vinyl Room. It's just a, luxury, intimate listening space, modeled after the listening bars in Japan. So it's just a very unique experience. We're happy to bring that to Pittsburgh.
Wonderful. Cannot wait for the first show.
Yeah.
Thank you both for coming on today.
Absolutely.
Very excited. For more on the lineup of shows at Citizens Live at the Wiley, we'll have the information for you on our website. Next on the show, we are hoping to shake off that cold and welcome some more sun and warmth. I know the sun is shining, but we need the warmth too.
We do need the warmth. It returns. We're going to see temperatures back above average just as we gear up for the first day of spring. I'll explain the vernal equinox when we come back.
Okay, I think a lot of us loved the sunshine today, Mary.
Yes.
So are we going to keep it for the rest of the week, maybe? Fingers crossed?
We have some warmer temperatures. We have some clouds. It's hard to get sunshine, obviously, this time of the year.
Yeah.
We start to see daylight increase, but just to kind of give you a perspective of how many days have been cleared to partly cloudy to cloudy, we've only had 3 clear days so far this year, right? 38 partly cloudy, which is actually still pretty nice, but 34 completely cloudy days.
Okay. All right. Well,
We'll get there.
Some hope is here because the spring equinox is coming up this Friday. So
Yes.
tell us a little bit more about that, the difference between that and meteorological spring,
Oh,
which started at the
yes.
beginning of the month. And there's so much to this.
Of course. So astronomical spring, the vernal equinox is what we're gearing up to on Friday. So when we talk about that, that means equal day and night. So when we have temperatures, again, today still pretty cold into the mid-30s, but we do start to see things warm up. That's because when we start to see that spring and fall equinox, meaning equal day and night, the sun is directly over the equator. So in Latin, equator means equal day and night, so that's why we get that term. But the northern hemisphere spring, it begins to tilt toward the sun, and that leads to warmer weather and longer daylight. Now, sometimes it's on March 19th or 21st based on the leap year cycle, but this year it will be on Friday, March 20th, Friday at 10:46. So look for those brighter days and warming up. So it all depends. We're in this kind of mixed season right now. That's why we're in the 30s. That's why we're seeing all these cool temperatures, these temperature swings. But we'll
Friday.
get back to better weather soon.
Friday. I like when science works out for us.
Yes.
Thank you, Mary. Well, because basketball is taking over during our show tomorrow and Friday, we want to get you caught up early on your popcorn plans, and we're actually starting with something that is streaming as of today, so this is perfect. It's called Imperfect Women on Apple TV. Take a look.
You may have been the last person to talk to your friend.
You'll never know.
Can you tell us anything that you remember from last night?
Part of me thinks we will get through anything, right? Then the louder part of me is like, might as well burn it to the ground. We didn't know everything there was to know about her. Say good night. I'm ready. I have so many questions.
Juicy, and I have so many questions too. A tale of three best friends, or are they? And one ends up dead, but who did it, and what was she really up to? This stars Elizabeth Moss, Kerry Washington, and Kate Mara. The series is now streaming on Apple TV. Next up is the return of a show that is truly funny and really heartwarming, reality TV in its finest. If you loved Jury Duty, it is back with season 2 called Company Retreat.
If they think they can just come in and do whatever they feel like they want to do, they're in for a rude awakening.
I care about y'all. This is a family.
Show them who we are. Yeah. Grandma, baby. Get up.
I real life feel like I'm on a TV show, but this is not something that you can just make up.
Yeah, you can. Okay, some background here. Much like in Jury Duty, everyone on the show is an actor, with the exception of one person, who happens to be Anthony here. He's a new hire, brought along for a company retreat. Hilarity ensues. But as you can also see, there's bonding between Anthony and all of the coworkers he thinks he's with. It's an endearing quality about the whole show, as strange situations are thrown at Anthony and he tries to navigate through it all. Mark your calendar for this Friday. That's when the new season drops on Prime. Next, we are going to the theater to see the one and only Ryan Gosling in space. Take a look at Project Hail Mary.
I'm Grace. I'm gonna call you Rocky. We're here for the same reason. His son is dying too. If we're gonna save our planet, we have to learn how to communicate. Check this out. We have about 250 words. Let's find you a voice.
Why is a school teacher in space?
Nope.
Why is a school teacher in space?
Try this.
I am Rocky. I like.
This is a book adaptation, and the comments on the trailer on YouTube from people who've read it are excited, to say the least. The sun is dying, and our hero, who's a science teacher, wakes up in space with no memory and is trying to piece together his mission while forming an unexpected relationship with an alien. On Rotten Tomatoes, this one already has high reviews. Project Hail Mary is in theaters only. There are advanced tickets starting this Thursday. And that wraps up your popcorn plans for the rest of the week. Happy watching. Still to come on Talk Pittsburgh, we are introducing you to this very good boy. Cole is one of the many Pittsburgh pups saved by the Izzy Fund. How the local female-run nonprofit is helping families afford critical vet care. And beware the Ides of March Madness, that is. We know people are hoping their brackets last past the first round. Boaz, who are you betting on this year?
Well, obviously, I make my decision based on mascot, and I love the Horned Frog. That's TCU, of course. Great mascot, Super Frog. And coincidentally, the coach of TCU used to be Pitt's coach, so there's a little bit of a local connection. But I'm going to show you a great spot to watch the March Madness games. I'm in Bridgeville at Dose Taqueria. I'm going to show you around right after the break.
Tis the season of buzzer beaters and big college hoop dreams. The first official round of March Madness tips off tomorrow. Play-in games have already begun. And if you want to watch who scores big this year, we have a pick that you may not have thought about. Boaz is checking it out for us over in Bridgeville. You got to tell us about this space.
Yeah, well, I'm here at Dose Taqueria, and they've actually been open not quite a year. So this is their first March Madness here. I'm here with Christy, who's the owner, and I know you've been preparing for March Madness, right?
Oh, yes, absolutely. We're one of the few places that has an ACC network also.
So that means you can watch every single Pitt game here.
That's right.
Is Pitt going to win it all? What do you think?
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't think people aren't feeling it, Navy. But I know you opened your first location in 2015, and it was a lot smaller than this.
Yeah, we went from 8 seats to 200 now, so sorry.
And now this is your third location.
Yes. It's our third location, so that's our largest location too. This one has a full bar at it, so and 30 TVs. So we're really ready for March Madness.
You are ready. Well, I want to check in on some of the things people can snack on during it. I'll meet up with you in a minute. We've got over here some people are enjoying chips. Don't mind if I do. Feels like the traditional March Madness snack. I'm going to check in with Michael, who's the front of house manager over here. And these are some of your best-selling apps and other things that people can be snacking on while they're watching some basketball. Can you talk me through some of these?
Yeah, most definitely. One of the big things we take a lot of pride in is called a Cali fry. So we have our fresh grilled carne asada, the flank steak right on top of it with our house queso. And then we put all the pickled goodies that we make in-house too. So pickled onions, pickled jalapenos, our fresh guacamole, the farmer's cheese is just everything's super.
My mouth's watering. Talk to me about this quesadilla, and I might take a bite of it as you're talking about it.
Yeah, so we make our quesadillas in-house too, get a nice cheese pool out of them, running a black bean with yours because we know you're a vegetarian, so we got to make
Thank you.
We got to feed you. Yeah, and then it comes along again with our house guacamole, fresh pico de gallo, some sour cream with it too.
And are these, you got some tacos over here?
Yeah, so we take a lot of pride in our smoked meats in general. So we started off inside of a barbecue restaurant, so we have a very strong barbecue backbone. We have a custom-built Southern Pride smoker right out back. Drove down to Kentucky to grab that bad boy, so anything that hits the smokers are big things, including like the wings is another really big one.
It feels like wings go hand in hand with watching basketball.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, so we smoke them, then we flash fry them so we can get that nice crispy skin on the outside along with them too, and to die for.
Yeah, okay, well, I want to make sure we get some drinks, and I know some folks over here are eyeing our snacks, so I'm going to, here you go, have some fries over here. Over here, you sort of look hungry for some wings. I'm going to give you some wings over here. Yeah, you've earned it. And I'm going to pop over here to the bar where Crystal is shaking stuff up. And tell me what you're shaking up right now.
So this is our house watermelon dulce margarita.
Oh my gosh, this looks beautiful. Oh wow, that's so, oh wow, what is that little frothy bit that's coming out there? Do you know, Michael?
Yeah, so the froth is going to be a vegan foamer that we use. It's called a fee foam. So it's a derivative of like an aquafaba essentially. So it replaces egg whites and stuff like that. So
and what's that magical elixir that Crystal's dripping in?
That is a house-made tahini oil. So we infuse some oil with a chili lime spice along with it, so you get like a nice little mouthfeel with it and a nice bright pop of flavor with it too.
Okay, well, I'm going to take a sip of this. Is this ready to go? Well, maybe you can mention some of these other ones over there. I know you've got your favorite and the best seller.
Yeah, so my favorite's definitely going to be our hibiscus flower power. So we use a fresh hibiscus tea, turn it into syrup, run it along with some Patron tequila, some lemon and lime juice, and a little bit of fresh agave with some elderflower. A lot of the lemons and the elderflower come
Well, let's toast with this. This looks delicious. I got the spicy bit. My mouth is burning a little bit right now. But cheers to you. Let's hope for some smoking hot basketball starting tomorrow at 12:15, I think.
I wish my mouth was on fire right now, Boaz. Those fries with all of the pickled goodie things on them, oh my gosh. You said your mouth was watering?
Yeah.
So was mine. I want that right now.
Yeah, all the tables around us were sort of eyeing us when they brought that over.
It looks really good. Well, thanks for showing us around, Boaz. Appreciate it. And he is at one of the 3 Doce Taqueria locations. We'll have information about them all. You can head to our website. Ahead on Talk Pittsburgh, we've got good news to share today, including a surprise proposal. We'll share the moment he got down on one knee when we return. Welcome back to Talk Pittsburgh, and thank you so much for spending your afternoon with us. I hope you're having a great time. We want to tell you what we have coming up this half hour. It started with one dog named Izzy and has now helped Pittsburgh pups get the urgent care they need. This Women's History Month, we are talking to the female-led team of the Izzy Fund about a milestone celebrating their life-saving work. And a diagnosis like breast cancer can be intimidating and also so isolating. We are meeting 2 young moms who face the challenge head-on and turn struggle into strength. First, though, we want to get into some good news that has us talking today. And this might be one of the most creative Pittsburgh proposals we have seen in a while. Erica thought she was at a simple audition, but what she didn't know was that her boyfriend, Brandon, teamed up with the Little Lake Theater to stage the entire thing. Take a look.
The man I love more than anything would walk out from backstage because you would have one very important question to ask me.
Oh, the script that she was reading, it wasn't the audition piece. Brandon actually wrote this very heartfelt letter himself leading up to a moment they'll definitely never forget. We loved watching that. Switching gears to something a little more somber. Breast cancer can strike when you least expect it. In fact, 1 in 8 women develop the disease at some point during their lives. And for young moms, the stakes can feel even higher when you're raising children. Mikey is sharing the story of 2 women who navigated these challenges, leaned on resilience, and found hope in the dark moments.
If you saw Ruth Wilson here at the Homewood YMCA, you'd probably think she's just another mom, squeezing in a workout, busy, strong, also an oncology nurse, holding everything together. And just across town at Emerald City Co-working Space, you'd never guess Alexis Russell, a construction business owner, a mom of 6, who's running a household and a company. She was diagnosed at just 39 years old. 2 different lives, 2 different paths, but both women remember the moment everything changed.
I had a weird scab that just would not heal. So I went to the doctor and they said, oh, it's a breast issue. We want to make sure you get a mammogram, even though I wasn't due because I wasn't 40.
Her doctor didn't suspect anything and gave her some cream to treat the scab, but it stopped working. 3 months passed. She called back and said she wanted a biopsy. The doctor tried to talk her out of it. 2 weeks later, she got a MyChart notification.
Cancer. So I kind of sat there for a second and I didn't know what to do, didn't know what to think.
She found out alone before a doctor even called. She was scared.
What were your thoughts as a mom?
Well, I got to get through it. They need me.
Ruth had recently been in a serious car accident where she had some injury and bruising to her chest area. So she thought the doctor calling her back after a routine mammogram was related to that.
They said they were concerned, they saw multiple masses, and I was just like so confused. I'm like, no, it can't be. And so the doctor came in and she said, you know what, I'm sorry, like we're very certain that this is breast cancer. So I did start crying then. I was just really shocked and surprised. I didn't want to leave my kids without their mom.
Both women chose something many don't. They shared their journey publicly so other women would pay attention to their own bodies.
What were some of the hardest moments? If you had to pick one, what was the hardest?
Loneliness.
It's called cancer ghosting.
People don't think that you'll be up to going to this thing, or they don't know what to say to you, or you know, they don't know what to ask. It gets very uncomfortable.
It's hard because I would run into people and they'd be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you cut all your hair off. Why would you do that? And one person, she was so loud.
But it was the unsaid words, the silence, that often filled the room.
I mean, it just wasn't being honest. People would say, you're okay, right? Or how are you? And I would say, I'm fine, but I wasn't fine.
Now, she is. She's teaching classes, mind and body working as one. And Alexis has found her own new sense of normal.
I was almost lost for a little while because I didn't have appointments every week. And I was like, what do I do with all this free time? So it took a little bit of adjusting to like get back into the swing of work and get back into the swing of, you know, a social life and being outside and, you know, actually kind of feeling like, okay, we made it.
Both say cancer changed how they see life.
Do not panic. Research and advocate for yourself.
You have a little bit of pep in your step here. I can tell you walked around this track quite a few times.
Yes.
Yeah, love it.
So important that they shared their stories. We hope that that helps someone else out there. Still to come on Talk Pittsburgh, we are meeting a pup whose life was saved by the Izzy Fund, their mission and how you can celebrate with them. That's coming up next. Welcome back. Pets and our dogs are part of our family. So when they get sick, we want them to have the best care. A local nonprofit is making a life-saving difference for dogs and the people who love them. It's called the Izzy Fund, an all-volunteer, female-led charity that steps in when families are faced with overwhelming vet bills. Joining us today is one of the pups they've helped. Cole is here, along with his owners, Anne-Marie and Chris, as well as the founder of the Izzy Fund. We have Victoria Chester here, and so happy to have you all here. And Cole, so well behaved, just hanging out here with his little paws over the step. And I wanted to start with both of you and what happened with Cole. Walk us through kind of that situation.
Well, Cole has allergies where he gets hot spots, and I thought he had a hot spot. Turned out when we took him to the vet, he ended up with a sarcoma on him the size of a tennis ball.
Wow.
Of course, because of his fur, you can't see this until
It was almost too late.
Too late.
Yeah.
The vet told us, we need to get specialists. We went to see a specialist. By the time we got to the specialist, it was the size of a grapefruit.
Wow.
It was growing
a week later.
Just a week later, it was growing that
growing
fast.
Yeah.
Really a lot.
Oh.
And we didn't know how we were going to be able to pay for the surgery. Large dogs cost a lot of money, and it had to be done quickly.
And I think the people who don't have animals may not be familiar with exactly how large those vet bills can be. What were you guys looking at?
It was about $5,000.
Yeah.
That was just for the surgery, and that's not on any of the other
Yeah, that
stuff.
wasn't the diagnosis or any of that stuff.
So how did you find out about the Izzy Fund?
I started Googling, any kind of places that would help us pay for it, because he had to get the surgery done quickly, or it could have been worse, and everything. And they popped up on there, so my husband contacted them, and from there they helped us. I don't know what we would have done without you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, and I know we were just talking about how your dogs are your world. The three of them are running the house. Victoria, talk about the Izzy Fund, why you created it, and how you were able to step in and help here.
Sure. So the Izzy Fund, we are a Pennsylvania-based 501c3 dog charity. We're right here in Pittsburgh, right in Allegheny County. The Izzy Fund, she remains the heart of the charity, even though she's not here anymore. Izzy was my Izzy, and I was very, very fortunate. She lived to almost 15, but towards the end, she got pretty sick with a heart condition. And the 2.5 months before she left this world, I did everything I could, and I realized after she was gone that I had no what ifs. I didn't have to worry about when they slide that bill over, the estimate to you, and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't pay this bill. What would I do?
Yeah.
And I kept thinking there's got to be something to help others, because when you look in the region, there is very few organizations that help family-owned dogs. There's a lot of great shelters doing wonderful things.
Right.
But if your options are euthanasia or surrendering your dog, that's not the best option for a family-owned dog.
Nobody wants to do that.
No.
one wants to do that if they think that there's a chance that they can help.
Yeah.
Like in this situation.
Yep.
And so you do a lot of great work to try and raise a lot of money for this, including a big party that's coming up for the Izzy Fund. Tell us all about it.
So it is our 4th anniversary. So we will be operating in 4 years this month. It's our 4th. But what's really exciting about this event, and what's unique about it's a unique event. It is a day, I call it Tattoos for Treatment. We are going to be doing flash tattoos. And
Love
so,
this.
yes. So Dog Tooth Tattoo Parlor, and they're going to be coming in with many of their artists, and we're going to be having it at Ivy's Doggy Ice Cream Parlor in Lawrenceville. So all day long fun from 11 to 6. It's this Saturday, March 21st, but what's unique about that is that was the best date for them to do the event. It ended up being that's Izzy's birthday. So my sweet little Izzy would have been 20 this Saturday. So we're really excited, and Pittsburghers really show up and help out. They love dogs, they love their tattoos, right? So it's a really unique, fun event.
Chris and Anne-Marie, for both of you, I mean, you know firsthand how this can help families out there. Your experience, I mean, it had to have just been life-changing for you.
Yeah, it's so hard to put into words, how grateful we are. I just don't know what we would have done if it wasn't for them.
Oh, he's just slowly moving around with his paws, just getting back into position. Oh, this is wonderful. Well, thank you all for being here today and for bringing in Cole. And he's in good shape and healthy now?
Oh, yeah.
Everything's
he's doing good. I mean, there's a chance that the cancer can come back.
Right.
But he's 11 years old, and he's doing great.
Oh, that's wonderful. Wonderful to hear. Victoria, always good to see you. You're doing wonderful things with the Izzy Fund.
Thank you so much.
And if you want to come get a flash tattoo, because why wouldn't you, or just party, we'll have a link to the Izzy Fund on our website, kdka.com/talkpittsburgh. Still to come on the show, KDKA anchor John Shumway is standing by with the stories you don't want to miss tonight on the KDKA Evening News. We'll be right back. It's Wednesday, you know what that means. It's time to check in with KDKA sports reporter Cassidy Wood, but this time she's on the road at Penn State's Pro Day, filling us in with some water cooler sports.
I'm here at State College at Penn State's Pro Day. You might remember a couple weeks ago we were sitting there on that couch talking about the NFL Combine and talking about Drew Aller and some other Penn State kids that were working out there. Well, some kids that went to Penn State and were successful football players didn't get an invite to go to the NFL Combine, so they're working out here in front of NFL scouts at today's Pro Day. There's 20 athletes working out here today. 9 of them were invited to that NFL Combine. That includes running backs Kaytron Allen and Nick Singleton. Allen hoping to build off of his combine here today at this Pro Day, and quarterback Drew Aller had a decent combine. He's hoping to improve on that today as well. He's expected to throw quite a bit, but will probably not run any drills. And then there's also 4 offensive linemen working out here today, including Vega, who, by the way, according to many mock drafts, they have him falling to the Steelers at pick number 21. So there is a chance we could see Vega staying in Pennsylvania and suiting up for the Steelers this fall. Again, all of these kids hoping to hear their name called at that NFL draft in Pittsburgh coming up really in the next 5 weeks. April 24th is the first day, so it's right around the corner, which is so crazy, but that's why all these kids are out here working so hard to hopefully hear their name called in Pittsburgh once the draft begins. So that about wraps it up from Pro Day today. We will have interviews with some of the guys coming up later at 4 or 5 and in 6 o'clock sports around 6:45. But for now, from State College, I'm Cassidy Wood. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks for that update, Cassidy. We want to head over to the newsroom to find out what you can expect to see also on KDKA TV News tonight. John Shumway has some of the stories our news team is working on. Hey, John.
Hey, Heather, and we are busy today. First, we have new details on a KDKA investigation and concerns over that quarry in Westmoreland County. We're getting answers from the Department of Environmental Protection. We'll tell you what the DEP found after our reporting and what the neighbors there say they want to see happen next. Also, you've probably seen the crazy long lines at airports all over the country due to the partial government shutdown and the TSA callouts. But that's not happening here in Pittsburgh. So we're talking with the folks at Pittsburgh International on why we haven't seen it here and if they expect that to change anytime soon. And no doubt you have felt the pinch of the higher utility bills, especially the last couple of months. Well, we're hearing that electricity prices have been increasing in Pennsylvania. Believe it or not, Heather, they're going up faster here than anywhere else. We'll have all that and more coming up.
You know what, John, I do believe it because I felt it. And I also feel like we're in this zone where it's not just utilities. We know that our gas prices are higher too. It feels like every which way we look, we're getting higher prices.
Yeah, I was looking into my electric bill this morning.
Yeah.
So we're reaching out to an electricity expert. And we want to find out why this is happening. And more importantly, is there anything that we can do about it?
Oh, I hope that there's an answer to that question. Thank you so much, John. Still to come on Talk Pittsburgh, we're wrapping things up with your bus stop forecast and what's coming up on tomorrow's show. Don't go anywhere.
Not as cold tomorrow at the bus stop. Still right around the freezing mark, but look at that heat wave. We are back near 50 degrees. I can't wait.
Sad to say when we're hitting close to 50 that it's a heat wave.
I know.
Thank you, Mary. Well, Talk Pittsburgh will be back on Monday with a brand new show. March Madness basketball is taking over for the rest of the week here on KDKA. Tomorrow, starting at 2:30, it's Siena versus Duke. And Friday at 2:30, Tennessee State takes on Iowa State. And please join us again on Monday. Take a break from basketball then as we start spring cleaning week. Every day, we're going to be tackling a new way to declutter and clear the way for spring. And I've got a new home sweet Heather coming your way. Cannot wait to share that one with you.